Okay, I'd like to call this Cleveland Heights City Council meeting to order. It is June 2nd, 2025.
Next, I have resolution number 103-2025 on first reading, a resolution expressing a loss of confidence in the mayor of Cleveland Heights and declaring the necessity that this legislation become immediately effective as an emergency measure.
With that, council, do your worst.
The mayor chose to be combative instead of being a partner. He called members of council stupid, ignorant,
Due to the
liars.
recent reported and alleged instances where our mayor has used poor judgment
about the
and
mayor's
not
need to
accepted
resign, the
accountability.
recall campaign, and now a vote of no confidence is not the place where I want our city to
has
be.
been the
And we are
worst treated
witnessing the
person
unraveling of
on
our
this
city
council.
because of
The way
failed
I've been
leadership
treated
at the
since I've
very
been on this
top.
council in the last
The
4
mayor
years
chose
has been appalling.
to watch his wife cuss at
We have
Councilman
become the
Cobb.
laughing stock of Northeast Ohio.
Cleveland Heights voters made history today.
November 2019, celebrations over a seismic change in Cleveland Heights. By a decisive 64% margin, voters approved Issue 26 to overhaul their system of government.
Voters select the finalists to be the first mayor.
For 100 years, Cleveland Heights had a council-manager form of government in which the city council hires a city manager to run the day-to-day duties of City Hall. Voters ushered in a strong mayor form of government, a position with direct accountability and authority.
The city is 100 years old and we have never directly elected our mayor.
The mayoral primary in Cleveland Heights is especially historic this year because voters will be choosing the city's first elected mayor in 100 years.
2021 is the city's centennial and also the first time that they'll directly elect a mayor after voting in 2019 to change the city's charter.
I, Khalil Seren.
In 2022, during the COVID pandemic, former Councilman Khalil Seren was sworn in as the city's first mayor.
But now the town's first mayor walks through City Hall.
This is a new era in Cleveland Heights. As the first mayor, it is incumbent on me to set a strong precedent.
On December 6, 2024, at approximately 1 p.m., I was approached by an unknown woman in City Hall's front desk of the mayor's office, as if she was waiting for someone. She was gesturing and talking to herself. At some point, she approached me at the front desk and asked in a frantic voice if I knew where the mayor was. I replied, "I have not seen the mayor." She became very agitated and annoyed at my answer. She told me she was supposed to meet her husband in the atrium. At this point, I was able to connect this female is the mayor's wife. At this point, a male named Patrick had exited out of the mayor's office and confronted the female. The female was very heated and began cursing at him. The two walked down the lower staircase, and I could hear her screaming at Patrick. I could hear her cursing loudly, saying "f*** and "bit" multiple times. This was occurring during City Hall business hours, whereas employees and citizens were openly walking around and could hear this commotion. I had contacted Captain Senator about this current situation, and he had walked to the front desk to speak to me. When this was happening, the female and Patrick walked up from the staircase to the mayor's office. While she walked past me, I asked her if she found him. She ignored me, storming into the mayor's office. I sat back down at the desk and could hear her screaming and cursing again. I told Captain Senator I do not have a key fob to get into the mayor's office to check the welfare of the employees or the female. I waited outside of the office while Lieutenant Corrigan tried to de-escalate the situation. I could still hear the female berating and criticizing someone from where I was sitting. This scolding continued for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. The female was hitting the glass window behind me. This ended when the mayor, his wife, and Lieutenant Corrigan exited from the office. The mayor turned to me and stated, "We need to talk," while walking towards the staircase. Parts of this incident was recorded on my BWC.
Does she do any yelling and shouting and yelling of expletives, dropping F-bombs?
This is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. So instead of waiting for an investigation to take place.
But why do we need an investigation? I mean, it's your wife. Have you addressed this with your wife?
Okay, thank you.
Communication from the mayor.
All right, second, I'd like to confirm the news that today the former city administrator, Dan Horrigan, resigned his position.
Cleveland Heights Mayor Khalil Seren is launching an internal investigation into his wife's alleged role at City Hall.
The meeting was held in order to discuss concerns that former city administrator Dan Horrigan says he had about the role Mayor Khalil Seren's wife has at City Hall. Now, Horrigan resigned on March 17th, and since then, allegations of a, quote, hostile work environment, incidents that made multiple employees feel uncomfortable or unsafe have come to light. In recent emails, 3 News media partner Cleveland.com obtained via public records requests. Horrigan started working in that role in January, but his resignation made him the 3rd city administrator to leave the position since Seren began his term as mayor.